All right, so I guess no introduction for arithmetic progression is required because you already know about it. Now tell me, like you already know about the terms. A is the first term, D is the common difference, and N is the number of terms. So the three terminologies used in arithmetic progression are A, D, and N, where A is the first term, D is the common difference, and N is the number of terms. Quickly tell me what is the formula for calculating the nth term of an AP? Well, guys, I want you to respond like chat pe will do the questions. If you could like unmute your mic and say to me, it would be better. Okay, so AN, yeah, AN is equal to A plus N minus 1D. This is how, yeah, this is how you calculate the nth term of an AP. Okay, what is sum to n terms?
Also n by 2.
So
n by 2
2
in bracket 2a n minus 1 by
2a n minus 1 by or what?
any n minus 1 into d.
N minus 1 into d. So that's sum to n terms. Okay. There's one more formula to a sum to n terms.
It's n by 2 and I think a 2a plus l.
2a plus l.
Or only a plus l.
Okay. A plus l. What is l over here?
the last term of
last term.
Exactly, the last term. Okay. The next thing which I'm going to ask you is what is sum to n terms for the natural numbers? Like for all n natural numbers, what is the sum? Sum for like sum to n natural numbers is what? That's not a formula. Actually, you can calculate if you know the formula for Sn.
So if you put the L term for Sn, then you can calculate all the sum of the n natural numbers.
Yeah, what should I put? What should I put A as?
Sir, what's your question though?
Sum to n natural numbers. You know what are natural numbers?
1 to infinity.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, so and so forth till infinity. So what is A over here?
1.
A is 1. What is D over here?
1.
Okay. Put this A and D as 1 in this Sn. And tell me what does this formula, like what does this Sn contributes to? I mean, what does this become?
Answer is n by 2 and in bracket n minus 1.
N minus 1.
N plus 1, sorry.
N plus 1. So this is how you calculate the sum to n terms for an AP. Sorry, for n natural numbers. Okay. Next. So these are some of the general terminologies. AN, this is what you have to remember. Sn again, this is what you have to remember. And the third formula for Sn, n by 2 into A plus L. Okay. Yeah. Well, there is one more formula. An is equal to Sn minus Sn minus 1. So what I'm saying is the nth term is equal to sum to n terms minus sum to n minus 1 terms. I'll explain ये formula आता कैसे है. So what do we have is, can I say sum to n minus 1 terms plus an is equal to sum to n terms? Sum of first n minus 1 terms plus the nth term will give the sum of n terms.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is how you get the formula of an. Okay. You just take Sn minus 1 to the other side and you get an as Sn minus 1. Okay. This is very useful in questions. Yeah. Then. Okay. Let's say A, B, C are 3 terms in AP. Then how can you write B in terms of A and C? A, B, C are 3 terms in the AP. I'm asking how can you write B in terms of A and C?
A plus C by 2.
Exactly. B is equal to A plus C by 2. Okay. So the middle term is equal to the average or the sum of like the first and the last term divided by 2. Okay. So yeah, that's about it. And yeah. Now there are some questions where you need to select the terms. Okay. Selection of terms. I mean, there are questions, let's say they say the sum of first 3 terms of an AP is this. If like the 5th term is this, 7th term is this, then how do you select the terms? So when you have to select 3 terms, no, then select them in the way A minus T, A plus T. Take these as the 3 terms. Sir, अब यही 3 terms क्यों लें? तो actually जो maximum questions में first condition होती है, that is sum of all the terms is given. So when you sum all of these terms, you'll get 3A. So already in the sum, you have reduced one variable. We had 2 variables, A and D. When you sum all of the terms, you get 3A. So you have reduced the D wala part in the sum. Rather, if you are taken A plus D, A plus 2D, you'll get the 3 terms as you'll get the sum as 3A plus 3D. So in that 3A plus 3D, you have 2 variables, A and D. Okay? So you'll need 2 more equations to solve. Okay? So take the sum. If you want to select 3 terms for an AP, take the terms as A minus D, A plus D. Now let's say if you want to select 4 terms, you take those terms as A minus 3D, A minus D, A plus D, and A plus 3D. Now here the common differences of 2D. देखो हर term के बीच में जो difference है, that is of 2D. You add 2D to every term and you get the next term from that. Okay. So the common difference here is 2D. And I'll tell you for 5 terms too. So for 5 terms, it's A minus 2D, A minus D, A plus D, A plus 2D. Okay. So here the common difference is T only. Here again the common difference is T. Okay. So this is how you select terms for an AP. Next up we have Rth term from the end. So let's say I give you an AP, let's say 2, 3, 4, and it's going okay. So let's say you have an AP like 2, 4, 6, 8, and it goes till 24. And I tell you to calculate 5th term from the end. How will you calculate that?
Sir, if 24 is the last term, we can assume that 24 is the first term and 5th term for 24 will be the rth term.
Exactly.
And
you can
if,
reverse
4
reverse
minus
the
2.
sequence. Right. You can take the sequence as 24, 22, and it goes up till 2. Right. So then your A becomes 24. Your D becomes again, D remains the same, which is 2. And therefore, sorry, D becomes minus 2 now. It's not 2,
Yes,
it
so
becomes
because it's
minus 2.
positive 2 in the starting.
Yeah. So the D becomes minus 2. And if you want to calculate the fifth term, you can use A5, which is equal to A plus 4D. Right? A plus N minus 1D. So that's all out to A plus 4D. So substitute the values of A and D and you'll get the fifth term from the end. Or rather, if you want to start from the beginning, you can take that term as N minus R plus 1th term from the beginning. Okay? What does this mean? Let's say मेरे को इसी AP जो sequence है 2 4 6 8 इसी में से मेरे को fifth term from the end निकालना है. So वो fifth term का number क्या होगा? You have to first calculate n, the number of terms in the sequence. You have to calculate, like R is given to you. R is equal to 5 because I've told you to calculate fifth term from the end. So n minus 5 plus 1, this will be n minus 4. So अब हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं? We'll calculate a n minus 4 where a is 2, d is 2 because we are using this particular sequence. So a is 2, d is again 2, n becomes n minus 4. So that means n minus 4 minus 1 times 2. Okay. So rth term from the end is n minus r plus 1th term from the beginning. All right. Any doubts in this?
No, sir.
Okay. I'll tell you one more thing. Okay. Let's say you have a AP like this. Let's say 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, let's take these 4 terms as our AP. So can you tell me what is the sum of 2 and 8? What is the sum of 2 and 8? It's 10. Okay, and similarly, what is the sum of 6 and 4? 4 and 6. It's again 10. So isse we can draw a conclusion that A1 plus AN, first and the last. Okay, let's say we have a sequence like A1, A2, A3, so and so forth till AN minus 1, AN. So what I can say is first and last ka sum is equal to second and second last ka sum. That means A2 plus AN minus 2. This is equal to third and third last ka sum. Okay, this is a property of AP. Ki first and last, then you like shorten down your AP, you get A2, the second term and the second last term. So the sum of all of these terms are equal. Okay, so this goes up till like n by 2 and all the terms in the AP. Yeah, this is again one property for an AP. Okay. Now why I'm telling
Sir?
this? Yeah.
Sir, for the A2 plus A, shouldn't it be AN minus 1?
AN minus 1, my bad, right? AN minus 1 and this is AN minus 2, right? Okay, let's move to some questions now. It's a very easy question, very easy chapter. AP is very easy chapter until and unless you make a silly mistake in calculation. A very scoring topic. Raghav, correct? I'm waiting for some other answers. Neil, Abhishek, Ritvik, Bhavika, Teshna. Okay, everyone has got root 3. So how do you calculate DS? You just take the difference of the consecutive two terms. Okay. So 2 root 3 minus root 3 will be our D, or the common difference. This is equal to root 3. Okay. Okay, Raghav is saying no. Neil is also saying no. All right, okay. So all of you are correct. The answer is no. And if anyone has any doubt, he or she can raise his or her hand and okay, we'll take that question. We'll solve that question. Okay. Okay, so whenever you have questions like this, that you have to calculate numbers which are divisible by some number or some condition is there of divisibility, you tend to calculate the first digit and the last digit of that AP. Okay, and then you get whole of the question sorted. Okay, Raghav has answered. I think the first term is 12 and the last term is 99. And of course, the common difference will be 3 because it's talking about divisibility of 3. So 12, 15, so and so forth till 99. All right, perfect. Everyone is getting 30. Nice. Now you just have to apply. You have A as 12, you have D as 3, and you just have to apply the formula for AN, which is 99, and this calculate the value of N. Great. Neil has answered. Ritvik. All right. Okay, so what we are given is, we are given the third term and the ninth term of the AP are 4 and -8, and we are being asked that, like, do we have a term? Okay, which term of this AP is 0? So the third term is 4. That means A plus 3 minus 1D is equal to 4, which means A plus 2D is equal to 4, right? A plus 9 minus 1, because ninth term is also given, 9 minus 1D is equal to -8. So A minus 8D is equal to -8, and you calculate the value of A and D by solving these two equations. Okay, and then you just have to use the AN wala formula and put that AN as 0. Okay, so A plus N minus 1D is equal to 0, and just calculate value of N from this. Cool. Okay, by the way, N, like the value of N comes out to be 5. Okay, nice. Anybody who has doubt in this question, the 23rd one? Neil, Raghav, and Ritvik, they've answered. Abhishek has also answered. Nice. Okay, again, the question is very simple. You have the 17th term of an AP, which exceeds its 10th term by 7. So that means I can write the equation as A17 is equal to A10 plus 7, right? So you just have to do this, like A17 will be A plus 16D, right? And A10 will be A plus 9D, okay, plus 7. This is the equation. You just have to solve for D. So D comes out to be 1. Yeah. For this question, I want you to like speak me the answer, not rather type in the chat box. Okay, you can type either a yes or no in the chat box. What do you think? It's a yes or a no? Okay, Aditya says yes. Aditya, can you give the reason why yes?
We can write A30 as A plus 29D and A20 as A plus 19D. So we can just
Okay.
subtract it and then from that we can find it out.
Perfect. And even you can look at these terms. See, 30 and 20. There is a difference of 10 terms, right? So 10 times D will be your final answer. Okay, you just have to calculate D and 10D will be your final answer, or rather you can write this as A30 is equal to A plus 29D. A20 is equal to A plus 19D. When you take the difference, A30 minus A20, you'll get 10D, of course. And yeah, that's your final answer. Okay, Neil has answered. Neil, correct. Ritvik, correct. Aditya, correct. Sara, correct. Tanusha, correct. Cool. I guess it's again a very simple question. Anybody who has any doubt in this question, or should we move on? Raghav, you have a doubt? Raghav?
So can you solve this question once?
Yeah, so tell me what part of the question you didn't get?
So the common difference is the same, and the first term is -1 for the first AP, and the other one is -8. Now we have to
Right.
find the difference between the fourth term. Fourth term of the both of them.
Okay, so let's say for the first AP, I'm terming that fourth term as A4. So I'll write down as A plus n minus 1D. That means A plus 4 minus 1 times D. Right? I have the first term of one of these is -1. So this will be -1 plus 3D. So this is the fourth term of the first AP which I have. Right? Similarly, tell me what is the fourth term of the other AP in terms of D?
-8 plus 3D.
Yeah, so B4 will be equal to -8 plus 3D.
Plus
We
3D.
just have to take difference of this. That's all. A4 minus B4. That is what you need to calculate.
+7.
Yeah, +7. Okay. Well, that's a very important question. The first negative term of this AP. Okay, and what is the number, Aditya?
I did
At
not
which term?
find it out. I did it mentally. So I'll have to solve it now properly to find it.
Yeah, please solve that. Like rather than calculating which term, you have to tell me what is the like number, in the sense when is the first negative term coming. Okay. Okay. Ritvik has answered, Raghav has answered, Aditya. Okay, Ritvik, what is that term then?
I think -2.
Okay. Then Aditya, your answer is incorrect. Raghav correct, Ritvik correct. Well, anybody who has any doubt in this question, like how to solve this particular question? Right, Sarah, correct. Correct, Ananya. Neil correct, Tanusha correct. Okay, so Abhishek correct. Nice. I'll give you a hint for the ones who have not answered. So we have A as 53. We have D as -5. So AN will be equal to 53 plus N minus 1 times D. Okay. So 53 plus N minus 1 times -5 has to be negative because we are finding the first negative term. So 53 plus N minus 1 times -5 has to be negative. So that means 53 minus 5N plus 5 is less than 0. So 58 is less than 5N and 58 by 5 is greater than N. So N is greater than like 11 point something. So since N is obviously a natural number because we are calculating the number of terms of an AP. So N will be equal to 12 because that's the only smallest natural number greater than 11 point something.
So, but then can't you find it by assuming that if 53 and the common difference is -5, so you can assume that 3 will be the last positive. So if we find the the term for 3 that is 11, then -2 is 12.
No, but how did you find out key 3 is the last positive term? By going through the sequence, पहले 43 के बाद sir it will be 38
No,
and
sir,
you
but then
calculated.
if it's 53, so 53 minus 50, because common difference is 5, so 3 is the last
Yeah,
positive.
that can be one of the approach, but that's not a presentable approach, right? If you're writing it in a subjective paper, you can't say since 53 is like the first term, D is -5, I multiply D by 10, so the last positive term will be 3. This is how you approach to this question.
Okay, sir.
Okay, and since this AP is a bit small, let's say if I give you terms like 1024 or something like that, then obviously you have to use this method. Okay, and make sure, like, see, when you have minus n less than 6, so since you need the value of n, what you'll do is you'll multiply by -1 both sides. So whenever you're multiplying with a negative number, just like see that the sign of the inequality changes. So n will be greater than -6. Okay, that is not particularly applying in this question, but yeah, just make a note of it that when you multiply with a multiply or divide with a negative number, the sign of the inequality changes. Okay, let's move ahead now.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, can you tell will 11 be included in the AP? Because like when it like -3 is equal to 8, which is divisible by 4.
-3. Yeah. So yeah, 11 will be included.
Okay.
And that lies between 10 and 300 too, no? 11 lies between 10 and 300, and it also satisfies that when you divide it by 4, you get a remainder of 3. Okay, Ananya, I'm not sure of the final answer. I'll have to calculate it. Okay, Sarah is also answered the same answer as Ananya. Abhishek. Okay. Well, tell me what will be the first term of my like AP?
11.
11. Second term?
15.
10. What about the last term then?
299. 299.
299. Okay. So A is 11. D is 4. Let me check for 299. 299 by 4. Right. Okay. So AN is 299. 299 is equal to 11 plus n minus 1 into 4. 288 is equal to n minus 1 times 4, and this 4 comes down. So n minus 1 is equal to 72. That means n is equal to 73. So some people have answered 72 also. Okay, only Abhishek has answered 72. Please check your answer once, Abhishek. Okay, any doubts in this question? Should we move on? You can give a thumbs up so that I get to know. Okay, this is the next question. You need to find the sum of first 22 terms of this AP. A very simple question again. Okay, well guys, at the end of the class, we can take your doubts for AP as well. So as soon as I complete with all of the questions, I can take your doubts for AP. Or some other chapter, that's fine too. And I also wanted to know the exams which are there next week, is that a pre-board or the final boards?
Pre-board.
Okay. And how many pre-boards will you have before the main boards?
Probably two.
Abhishek? 2. Okay. Abhishek, how can the sum be positive? You have to calculate the first 22 terms ka sum, and like we have the first negative term at the third place itself. So sum cannot be negative. So basically it will be n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1d, right? So you have a as 8, you have n as 22, you have d as 5, minus 5. And that's all. You need to put all of these values in this formula and you get the s, like sum to 22 terms. Okay, before all of these questions, I want you to calculate the value of an. Sn is 4n minus n square. Tell me what is an. No, it's still incorrect, Abhishek. The final answer is minus 979 for the previous question. Well, are you guys confused with this question?
Yes, sir.
Use this. Yeah. Yes, Neil?
So confused, like I'm not getting for the n term, an.
Okay. I told you one formula before starting the class, that an is equal to Sn minus Sn minus 1. Right? So you already have the value of Sn in terms of n, which is 4n minus n square. Can you calculate Sn minus 1 by putting n as n minus 1 in this expression? So it will be like 4 times n minus 1 minus n minus 1 the whole square. So this is Sn, this is Sn minus 1. When you subtract Sn minus 1 from Sn, you get the value of An. That's all. This was the major part of the question. So tell me the final answer in terms of n itself. I mean, simplify all of the terms, the whole squares. Okay, the ones who have calculated the nth term in terms of n can go on and solve this question. Like sum of first two terms, second term. Okay, so an will be equal to Sn, which is 4n minus n square minus Sn minus 1. So that's 4 times n minus 1 minus n minus 1 the whole square, bracket close. So 4n minus n square minus 4n plus 4. So plus n square plus 1 minus 2n, right? So this n square and this n square cancels out. This and this also cancels out. We have an as 5 minus 2n. Any doubts till this particular step? Okay, so tell me what is sum of first two terms and what is the second term? These two questions, this and this. A is equal to 3, first two terms is equal to 4, okay. Second term is equal to 1, all right. Cool. So no doubts in this question now. अब कोई भी ऐसा type का question आएगा तो you'll be able to solve. It's just that an, like you have to remember this, an is equal to Sn minus Sn minus 1. Okay. Okay, so maximum people are answering 960. All right, can you tell me what is the first term?
The 8.
And what is the common difference?
The 8.
8 again. You just have to apply n by 2 into like 2a plus n minus 1d. So you have a as 8, d as 8, and n is equal to 15 because you have to calculate the sum of first 15 multiples. That's all. When you solve this, you'll get 960 as your final answer. Okay. Now see here we have sum of first three terms. So मैंने जो selection of terms लिखवाया था ना, now like take the three terms as a minus d, a plus d. This is where it helps. So anybody who could tell me the value of a on the first term? The ones who are confused can raise their hands so that I get to know किस किस को नहीं आ रहा है solve करना. A is equal to 2 or 20. Well, what is D then? D is 9 and A is 2 or 20. Okay, let me counter this. D is 9 and minus 9. Acha, so for A equals to 2, D is equal to 9, and for A equals to 20, D is equal to minus 9. Is it like that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me solve this by taking this particular case. So we have the sum of the first three terms as 33. That means A minus D plus A plus A plus D is equal to 33. So 3A is equal to 33. A is equal to 11. Okay. So if the product of the first and the third term, so we have the first term as A minus D times the second term, which is A again, is equal to, okay, exceeds the second term. So second, my bad. First term is A minus D. The third term and the product of the first and the third. So A plus D is equal to how much? Exceeds the second term by 29. So it's A square minus D square is equal to A plus 29. So 121 minus D square is equal to 11 plus 29. Okay, so 121 minus D square is equal to 40. So D square is equal to 81. So D is equal to positive 9 or negative 9, right? So the terms can be like, if I take D as positive 9, so it will be A minus like 11 minus 9, which will be 2. The other term would be 11. The third term would be 11 plus 9, which is 20. Okay, this is one of the AP. The second AP will be A minus D. So 11 minus D, that means 20, 11 and 2. So basically, dono AP, like both of the APs are same. One of the AP is just reverse of the first AP. So did you guys solve this question by this particular approach? Or you took the terms as A plus D and A plus 2D?
This one. I did this one on the screen.
This term or like the one which I told, or A plus D wala?
Also, which you told.
Okay, nice. So like whenever you see questions like this, you have 3 terms, 4 terms, go to that selection of terms and select terms from there. Okay. Because like when you take the sum of all of these terms, you like in the very first step, you get the value of A. Else you'll get 2 particular equations for A and D, and one will be quadratic and you have to solve all of that. So it's a lot of work over there. Rather, if we get the value of A, it's just D which we have to calculate. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, so this is the next question. So yeah, are you confused? Like what is A, what is D in this? Neil has answered. Okay. Okay, Neil, I want you to explain what is A, what is D.
So yes, I took A as 8, and then I took a D as 4 by 12.
Okay, why 4 by 12?
So like so we have to convert it in years. So 4
Exactly.
by
So one
12.
of the unit is in years and one of them is in months. So you have to convert either year to
1
months
by
or months
3.
to years. Yeah. Okay.
So
So
it's
D
1
is
by
1 by
3.
3. All right.
Yes. So then just we have to do like Sn is equal to n by 2, that formula. And then we will get the equation. And if we will solve, we will get two answers, 16 and -3. So since people cannot be negative, so the answer will be 16.
Exactly. Okay, so when you solve this equation, you'll get two values of n. One will be negative and one will be positive. Of course, the number of students cannot be negative in a class. So yeah, we'll reject the negative answer and we'll have the positive answer as a final answer. Okay. Any doubts in this question, guys? The most important part was you have to change the common difference from months to years, or rather you have to change like the first term from years to months. Okay. So it's better if you convert common difference only, because if you convert year to months, you'll have to do two conversions. Right? Okay, I want you to do only the second part of this question. Not the first part, only the second part. Okay. Minus 632. All right. So we have the first term as -2. We have the common difference as -5. You have to first calculate the number of terms for like what are the number of terms. So we have an as -77. Anybody who could tell me what is the number of terms over here?
16.
16. Okay, Raghav, I guess your answer is incorrect because like minus 1027 is incorrect. Yeah, so n comes out to be 16. We have Sn is equal to n by 2 into a plus l, the first and the last term. So n by 2 is 16 by 2 into a, which is minus 2 plus l. L is how much? Minus 77. Yeah. You have to just solve this and you'll get your final answer. Cool. Okay, I found one theoretical question in the workbook. So the answer to this is cos C. Okay. I don't know if this comes in your like exams or not. Yeah, but this is the answer to this question. Okay. Yeah. Solve this now. Okay, well, you can't type the full proof in the chat. So the ones who have completed with the proof, they can like tell me how are they doing it. Or if you're stuck somewhere, then also tell me. Okay, Neil has done. Neil, how did you calculate D, the common difference?
Also, I took D minus A, D.
Perfect, nice. How did you calculate N? Because for sum to N terms, you need N, right?
Yes, sir. So I can just applied the formula 1 into D. So we can write B minus A in place of D. So we will get
Okay.
that C is equals to, like C is the N term. So C is equals to A plus N minus 1 multiplied by B minus A.
Right. And there, from there, you calculate the value of N in terms of A, B, and C.
Yes.
Sorry, D. Yeah,
So
N
I
in
got the
terms of.
value of, yes, sir. N in terms of C, B, and A.
Nice. So N minus 1 times B minus A is equal to C. So N minus 1 times B minus A will be equal to C minus A. And from here we have, 1 second, N minus 1 as C minus A divided by B minus A. So N will be equal to C minus A upon B minus A plus 1, right? Okay, and now you apply the sum to N formula. So Sn is equal to N by 2 into A, like the first term and the last term ka sum. So N by 2 into A plus C. You have 1 by 2, N is C minus A plus 1 over, okay, let me simplify this. So this will be C plus B minus 2A divided by B minus A. All right, so this comes as C plus B minus 2A divided by B minus A times A plus C. And I guess that is what we have. Yeah, this is what we have to prove. Okay, so basically what we did is we calculated Dn, everything in terms of A, B, and C, and at the end we are just applying the formula of Sn. Okay, this is how you solve this question. Any doubts in this? Okay, since nobody is saying, that means it's a yes. Try this now. Anybody who has solved this? Are you confused? Guys, कुछ respond कर दिया करो यार. पता ही नहीं चलता. Are you solving or you're not doing it? You can't solve this. Neil can't solve this. So who else is facing a problem in solving? एक बार हैंड रेस कर दो जिसको भी प्रॉब्लम आ रही है सॉल्व करने में. राघव, ओके. राघव, अनन्या, नील, who else? All right, okay. So see, I've told you a property that a1 plus an is equal to a of 2 plus a of n minus 2, so and so forth till it goes till an plus a1, and this is equal to an minus 2. Sorry. Yeah. So for like the first term and the last term ka sum is equal to second term and the second last term ka sum, and this is equal to like an plus an minus 2 plus an a2, and this will be equal to an minus 1 plus an. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the LHS and then I'm going to prove the RHS wala part. Okay, so I have 1 over a times a1 times an and so and so forth till 1 over an times a1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply a1 plus an to the numerator and the denominator. So I am multiplying a1 plus an to the numerator, or like the to the left hand side part I'm multiplying a1 plus an and dividing by a1 plus an. So it's like 1 over a1 times an plus 1 over a2 times an minus 1 till 1 over an times a1. Okay, I'm going to multiply this a1 plus an inside the bracket. So what will I have is 1 over a1 plus an is equal to a1 plus an divided by a1 into an. Now comes the important part. See, I can write a1 plus an as a2 plus an minus 2, 2. Right? a1 plus an is also equal to a2 plus an minus 2. Or sorry, an minus 1. My bad again. It's an minus 1. So I'll write, since it is a2 and an minus 1 ka combination, I can write this as a2 plus an minus 1 divided by a2 times an minus 1. So and so forth, it goes till an plus a1 divided by an times a1, right? And its previous term jo hoga, that will be plus an minus 1 plus a2 divided by an minus 1 times a2. यहाँ तक किसी को कोई डाउट है? Any doubts till this particular step? So अब हम लोग क्या करने वाले हैं, we are going to like separate the denominators for the numerator. What I'm going to do is I'm going to write this as 1 over a1, like let me go back. Yeah, so I can write this as a1 over a dot an, sorry, a1 dot an plus an over a1 dot an, right? I'm separating the numerators with the denominators. Now what I see is this a1 and a1 gets cancelled. Similarly, this an and an gets cancelled. So this particular term reduces to 1 over an plus 1 over a1, right? This particular term reduces to this term. So हम लोग क्या लिख सकते हैं, 1 over a1 plus an, first term हमारी क्या आ गई, 1 over an plus 1 over a1. So this will be 1 over an plus 1 over a1. Similarly, जब हम second terms में numerator के साथ denominator separate करेंगे, we'll get 1 over an minus 1 plus 1 over a2. Okay, so the second term will be 1 over an minus 1 plus 1 over a2. So and so forth till the second last terms will be, so this is the second last term, this will be again 1 over a2 plus 1 over an minus 1. When you separate the denominators, you'll get that only. So it will be 1 over a2 plus 1 over an minus 1. And the last term will be 1 over a1 plus 1 over an minus 1. Sorry, 1 over an. यहां तक सबको समझ आ रहा है? एक थम्स अप कर दो एटलीस्ट, ताकि मुझे पता चले कि तुमको समझ आ रहा है या नहीं आ रहा है. Cool. So 1 over a1 plus an. Now see these two terms. Yes, Ananya, you have a doubt?
No, sir.
To
I
raise your
received by
hand.
mistake.
Okay. So 1 over an is in the start as well as 1 over an is in the end, right? Again, 1 over a1 is in the start, 1 over a1 is in the end. Similarly, 1 over a2 is in the start, 1 over a2 is in the end. So what I can see from here is every term is coming 2 times, right? So inside the bracket, I'll have 1 over a1 plus an will be like, the sequence will be 2 over a1 plus 2 over a2 plus 2 over a3, so and so forth till 2 over an minus 1 plus 2 over an. Okay? Since every term is coming 2 times, I've added both of those terms and I get 2 in the numerator, and we have like denominators as a1, a2, a3 and an minus 1 until an. Okay. Now, since 2 is a common factor in all of the terms, I can take that out and I'll have 2 over a1 plus an times 1 over a1 plus 1 over a2 plus 1 over a3, so and so forth till 1 over an minus 1 plus 1 over an. So this is what we had in the right hand side part, right? So basically the major step was, the major concept involved here is that the first and last term ka sum is equal to second last and the second term ka sum. Okay, and then you multiply a1 plus an in the numerator and the denominator to the right hand side. Okay, after that you just have to separate the denominators with the numerators, and when you solve this, at the end you'll get this particular thing. Okay, ये question note down कर लो क्योंकि this is a very important question. Yeah.
Sir, can you go back to the previous slide?
Yeah. Just tell me when you have finished up writing.
Yes, sir, I'm done.
Okay, both the slides, or you are still on the second slide?
I'm done with both the slides.
Done, sir.
Cool. So do you guys have any doubt for AP, like for this particular chapter or any other chapter? You want me to resolve that, or should I go on with this, like more questions for AP?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a doubt in like quadratic equation. Like whenever a word problem is given, it's pretty hard for me to like form proper equations from what is given. Like, can you tell me like how to form equations easily?
Okay. So do you have a question for that, or you want me to like give you a question and explain how to I do it?
No, sir. Any question, not a
All
particular.
right. Give me a second. Okay, should I take this upstream and downstream wala question? You know that question? That a board has certain speed and still water.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, read the question once.
Yes, sir. Should I read it?
Yeah, you can read it.
So, sir, a motorboat whose speed is 18 kilometer per hour is still in still takes 1 hour more to go 24 kilometer upstream than to return downstream to the exact location. Find the speed of the stream.
Okay. So upstream is upstream. Do you know the meanings of the terms upstream and downstream?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So like upstream is when a boat is going upside, like
Okay.
up, and downstream is when the boat is going down.
Downside. So
From a
basically
stream.
upstream means that when you are going against the river flow. Okay. Let's say you have the river like this and this is your boat and the river flow is like this. Okay, river is flowing, let's say at X kilometer per hour in this particular direction, and you're going with 18 kilometer per hour in this particular direction. So tell me, what will be the net speed of the boat when you are moving upstream?
18 minus x.
Perfect. 18 minus x will be the speed of the boat when you are moving upstream. Right. Then we have the boat moving in the direction of the river flow. So downstream is this condition. When the boat is like this, the river is moving like this, and let's say the boat is also moving in the same direction. So speed downstream will be how much?
So 18 plus x.
Exactly, 18 plus x. Now, do you know how are speed, distance, and time related to each other?
Yes, sir. Speed is the distance upon time.
Speed is distance over time. So since we have our condition in terms of time, so I can write time is equals to distance over speed. So time downstream will be equal to, I am writing it as TD. So TD will be equal to 24 over 18 plus x. Right? And similarly, time upstream will be equal to 24 over 18 minus x. Now let's go to the question. So first of all, you have to identify ki condition kis cheez mein given hai, and you try to calculate that condition from the like upstream and downstream. Since we have a condition in terms of time, so that is why I've calculated time for upstream and downstream. Okay. Now it is like the question is saying it takes 1 hour more to go upstream than to return the downstream. So can I say time taken upstream will be equal to time taken downstream plus 1?
Yes, sir.
So there you go. You have the equation. You have TU, you have TD. Substitute this in the equation and you'll get your final answer. Of course, you'll have two values of x. So one will be negative, one will be positive. Since x is the speed of the stream, so x cannot be negative. So yeah, it has to be positive. Negative one will be rejected and positive will be your final answer.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So yeah, this is how you solve a quadratic equation problem. Just look at the conditions and try to write everything in terms of one variable. Okay. So, okay, I want you to try this question also. This is a very nice question from AP again. Let's see how many of you are able to solve this. I don't want the final answer. I just want how, like, the approach for solving this question. Okay, I'm not sure of the final answer. Neem, can you explain how did you like calculate the sum?
So sir, like first we will take so we can take a is equals to 2 and so if we will calculate the sum for all the divisible by 2, so we will get 2550 and,
Okay.
and then we can do the same for the 5 one, so we will get 1050 and then we will have to subtract the numbers which have been counted twice. So for that we will take a and d also move their sum, and then at 5 we will like add the divisible by 2 and divisible by 5 and then subtract the numbers which have been counted twice, the sum of numbers.
Okay, so which numbers are counted twice?
Uh, 10, 20. So we'll take A as 10 and D is also 10.
Exactly.
Then we can
So
use that sum.
multiples of 10 are counted twice, right? So 10, 20 up till 100. So basically calculate the sum of like all integers which are divisible by 2. Then calculate sum of all integers divisible by 5. Since you are counting two, like the multiples of 10 twice, so you'll have to subtract the sum of all integers which are divisible by 5. Okay, so this will be sum of all integers divisible by 2 plus sum of all integers divisible by 5 minus sum of all integers divisible by 10. Okay. Let's do the last question for the class and we'll wrap it up. Yeah, so the question is the ratio of two SNs, let's say it's SN and one is S dash N. So the ratio is 5N plus 4 to 3N plus 4, 3N plus 7. Okay. And you have to find the ratio of the 12 terms, 12th terms of these two AP. Yes, guys, do you have the answers? Okay, anybody who does not know how to solve these types of questions? Or you have done this before? Okay, see. So Sn can be written as n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1d, right? Similarly, S dash n can be written as n by 2. Now, since this is a different AP, a and d will be different. Only the common thing which they are sharing is this n. Okay. So it will be 2a dash plus n minus 1 d dash. All right. And this is equal to 5n plus 4 divided by 3n plus 7. Now this n by 2 and n by 2 cancels out. Now you have to put this n in such a way that this whole term comes out to be the 12th term. Okay, you have to put this n in such a way that this whole term comes out to be the 12th term. Now since a is multiplied by 2, so this term should come as 2 times of a12. Right, a is multiplied by 12, so you have to put n in such a way that this term comes out to be 2 times of a12. So can you tell me what will be the value of n? See, a12 is a plus 11d. We need 2 times of a12. So that will be 2 times of a plus 22 times d. So this n minus 1 should come as 22 times d. So that means we can put n as 23. Right? If I put n as 23, I'll get 2a plus 22d again divided by 2a prime, 2a dash plus 22 times d dash is equal to 5 times 23 plus 4 divided by 3 times 23, 3 times 23 plus 7. Okay. So if you take out a common factor of 2 from both the numerator and the denominator, you get 2 by 2 times a plus 11d divided by a prime plus 11d prime, and this is equal to 5 times 23 is how much? 115 plus 4 is 119. 69 plus 7 is 76. So this 2 and 2 cancels out. So you have the ratio of the 12th term to both of the APs. So A12 divided by A prime 12 is equal to 119 over 76. The catch is you have to select n in such a way that the whole term becomes twice of A12. Okay. So this is how you solve this question. Any doubts in this particular question?
No, sir.
All right. So we'll stop here.